No, sorry about that, guys. Fuck. Sorry about that, guys. My dumbass brother just stepped on pulled out my Ethernet cable connected to the Wi-Fi. That is why I disconnected. But we're back now. Hopefully, he doesn't do it again. What's going on here? What can I say? The stream. I have to confirm that the stream is up. Okay, it is up. That was annoying. Hayes Declan has gone up there now with a 107.5. Hayes has also improved his time. Still sits provisional pole position. Yeah, Mark. Still together once again. These two are in absolutely inseparable. See exactly what they can do. Stickman moving out the way there. There's a yellow flag. That's a few. No, it's just moving out the way. Good gesture, making sure not to block anyone in quali as Iceman locks up a little bit. It's another Ferrari off track there. In space for a driver. Finishing lap. We head to now to the next round to finish of Mr. P. Is he on the lap? Okay, let's see. Everything up again. Since we got kicked out, yes, on the lap. And is he improving this time that he said before? Probably because if he wasn't, he would have gone into the pit. And when he does cross the line, it's going to be an improvement of time, but not of place. As Iceman crosses the line, 108.3 for him. Declan now will be getting another push lap for him. Probably wouldn't be his final push lap of the session, as we still have 6 minutes to go here. Ferrari or Stickman also is going to be looking to improve on his time. His teammates will be going into the pits now. All the drivers have set a time with 6 minutes to go here in qualifying. You see who grabbed that pole position. Not the extra points, but the pole position. Oh, as a little bit slippery there for Mr. P. We're going into the pits. His teammate Visa B currently, actually the McLaren currently had leaded the championship, but today teammates of the Visa RB and the McLaren, who are 1 and 2 in the championship, are not going to be here. So those two drivers of Deck and Mr. P are going to be carrying maximum responsibility for the points for their teams today. There's a bunch of teams who want drivers on track, one driver on track, and this will make a good opportunity for any team who does have two, the likes of Williams, Alpine, and the Ferrari team. Three teams who do have two drivers on track. We're looking to take massive advantage of that today. As long as two of them do finish, they could do something good with it. Ferrari is also going to have to rely on Stickman to have a strong finish here today. The Alpine, you do expect Hazer to have a strong finish, but they will expect EMT not to retire to finish the race. This team around Aston Martin of Woody, currently on the 109.1, definitely is improving as he's not going into the pits. Can he improve on that time? Yes, he will. 108.4 up to P8. He goes right behind Iceman. Everybody in front of him, tier 1 drivers, top 7 he is the beginning of tier 2 drivers on track. Typical Inter tier, we just have the tier 1 drivers in the top 6, top 7. And we have the rest that will be absolutely fighting for the remainder of the points. I feel like maybe that is why the 100% tier might succeed this season. The fact that this is a development tier title to be won. Probably push a lot of tier 2 and tier 3 drivers to be showing up for races. Maybe tier 2, because at least still feel that they can't be the tier 2 to that title. But that's exactly what we need, more drivers on track. And if your development tier can do that for the 100%, then that would be great. You probably should be thinking about implementing it for the Inter tier, because clearly, as you can see, you need more drivers on track. It's always 11 or 12 drivers that race the Inter tier, just because they feel that they can't beat this tier 1. But if they do have their own championship, like let's say they have their own development tier championship that Woody and Dubai EMT will Wilco and Stickman are fighting for, definitely they don't care if they're in P8 in the race. They're going to be pushing hard to finish ahead of the others. Good example is the fact that Viking and I are fighting in our own respective championship in the development here. That just makes me want to show up every time to give him a fight, obviously, and also the same thing for him. If we had to fight against the tier one to win the championship, I don't think we will have showed up. We will show up every race, but that's the aim of the development. Maybe it's right behind Hazer, Black Panther, who will take advantage of that slipstream going into turn one. Hazer moves 9 times in the way. Hazer did give him a little bit of a slipstream going into turn one. Panther probably can improve on his time because of that. Let's him finish the first sector now, and we will see. With 2 minutes to go here in qualifying, this surely will be his final push lap as he's 5/10 down on his quickness time, and he invalidates. Will he have enough fuel to save up and go for another lap? It looks like he will. He's going to save up and go for another push lap here as the Red Bull of Iceman will be starting his final push lap of qualifying. Let's look for the others. EMT also starting his final push lap. Not the best ERS situation to be starting a lap with, sitting on medium for 54% starting a lap. Probably not the best situation to start with full ERS 100%. So Viva is not starting a lap. It wasn't exactly how it was. 100 to 95 when he started hot lap heading down the straight. But Black Panther did invalidate his time. We will have to begin another one. Minutes and 20 seconds to go here after the qualifying. We'll head to the LP of Blazer behind him. He's about to start his push lap. And we'll have one more opportunity. Most of the drivers who are out there go for a lap. So we can do. Just now that the bot is showing that we're live. Live for the easy. That bot needs to be go live just because we're live. We have yellow flags. Oh, another person. Then next, okay, looks like person retired in the pits. Mercedes of Raja out of the session. He's done with qualifying. But heading to the house of Viva now. His push lap. The first driver to complete the final push lap is going to be Black Panther. Can he get that pole position that he definitely will be looking for? Crossing the line is not going to be enough. He's not improving on his time. Hazer behind him will be looking to seal that pole position. He improves on his time, but it wouldn't be enough to beat Declan. At this point, Declan does not even need to improve. He is improving coming out of the second sector, heading down the straight. And it looks like last week's winner is going to be this week's pole sitter. And when he does cross the line, he's going to improve on his time and he's going to settle the pole position fight. The McLaren definitely will be starting at the top. If any other driver has no say about that, Mr. P is not really improving on his time. Merck behind him, it looks like he will have enough to get that pole position. Pushing to the line, what does he have? A 107.7 for him right in front of Mr. P. It's not enough to beat Declan. He will take that pole position here today. Woody in P7, finishing ahead of Viva. It looks like he might not have been improving on his final lap and will be coming into the pit. Stickman will finish at the back here in qualifying. But that will be that. Declan is your pole sitter here today. And can the McLaren make it 2 wins from 2? He's absolutely having fun here, knowing that he doesn't have the likes of Bird and Pesci and drivers like Matthias and Mano from last season giving him headaches, so he can grab. But this championship that everybody wants to grab, I believe we've had 3 or 4 different winners in the last 4 seasons. Shows you how open this championship is for tier 1s. As Matthias is in the chat. Good to see you in the chat, Matthias. Hopefully a good race for you to watch here. But Declan continues his title charge, starting in pole position here today. Can he make it 2 wins from 2 when we return after qualifying? Surely it will be over now. Most people told me it is yet over now. Can Declan make it 2 wins from 2? And when we'll be back in 5 minutes to begin racing here at Brazil. I have to go to work immediately after this. Oh, we're tired. We're tired. But when it comes to making money, you can't ever be too tired, can ya? When are we starting? Let me see. Do 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 do. We're gonna 38. Take only what you need from me. Do 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 do. Sometimes all you need is a FIFA song to get you relaxed. Don't play the game though. Playing the game is not going to relax you. But listening to the music probably is going to relax you. Maybe it might give you PTSD, remembering how shite FIFA is, but some of the songs are actually goated. Be 1 more minute to go, and we can begin racing here. Let's check the waiting room, and I see Wizard Rex in there. Long time no see Wizard Rex. I used to call him Mr. P6 and was my teammate because he just kept getting P6s for the longest time. And if he doesn't get P6, he'll get something really close like a P7 or a P5. And yeah, it's good to see him back. When all these drivers return to the league, you know, and the league has something good to offer. But the question is, will we ever see Links again? Put your bets in the chat. Will we ever see Link's piece again since he left the league? Will he ever return? Will we ever see Mano or Matthias again? Put your bets in chat. I put $5 that we don't see Link's piece ever again. Maybe Mano will be back. I'm not sure about that, but who knows? 38 now, so the race should be starting anytime soon. They probably having the countdown. I don't know why they stopped giving us the countdown, spectators. But there you go. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Round 2, Brazil entered here. Foot to the floor and go. Hazer clearly with a better start there. Can't take that pole position. Stolen it right away from Deck, who starts on the hard tires. As you can see, it's obviously going to be a struggle to start as he's losing 2 places now. And would Mr. P behind make it 3 for the McLaren, who is going to be gaining on him? And can he stick it down the inside to get past Deck here? No, he's going to hold it back. As they're nice and clean, I was about to say they're nice and clean coming out of the tunnel, but there's Angry Badger sliding on the grass, going into the wall, losing a little bit of his wing there. That's not where the track is, sir. You can't drive there, sir. That's Angry Badger. Interesting confirm. Maybe he made contact with the driver behind, but I don't know. They will continue going now. A little bit of a lockup in front. Let's put all the information that we will need for this race here. As you can see, Hazer decided to start on those soft tires. He will need to pull away from the rest of the drivers as quick as he can, because those soft tires are not really strong. They will start to fall off. Oh, as Black Panther flies off track. Oh my God. Williams is off the track. He's going to lose 1, 2, 3, 4 places, dropping right behind Iceman. Ice Cold. Can he make it 5 as Woody down the inside? He's also going to get past Black Panther. Goes all the way down to P7 as going onto the grass, trying to keep up with Hazer on those soft tires. Might have been to the detriment of the Williams driver, as he will now have to claw back up as this race goes on. Hazer now, the strategy is bucking. It's exactly how we wanted it to. He's going to have to keep pushing now to try and extend that time, as behind Declan is Mr. P. He knows he has those medium tires on. Has to quickly make the move on him. Merck, another driver, deciding to go for the hards and go as long as possible. You don't really expect a safety car here at Brazil too much. There's a lot of runoff area, and the places that are actually tight, you don't, like where Badger went into the wall, you don't really see people going into the wall there. But we've already had 2 drivers going into the wall. There's Iceman slightly losing it there. Black Panther, who has made it past Woody, is now going to put pressure on the Red Bull, who has lost DRS, to Merck in front. And that means Black Panther is going to make this move as easy as possible. Mr. P, though, going to be first to be looking to make a move going down to turn 1. Doesn't look like he will be close enough. Heading down to Black Panther, down the inside he goes. Iceman up to P5, clawing it back. 2 places already made as Viva completes the move on the Aston Martin of Woody behind on those hard tires, already making move the Aston driver. Can the Aston Martin of Woody fight it back, or is just going to hold it back for Viva? It looks like he's going to, and Mr. P finally clears Declan, and he reeled back Hazer. He's 1.5 seconds away from the Visa RB driver. So Let's head to the back now. Iceman right behind Black Panther. Very close to Black Panther there, who doesn't have that DRS. He's going to push hard to try and get back into their DRS. He does have UFRL Merc in front of him. It's going to be difficult to catch the pack of 3 in front of him, but Black Panther does have that pace, as they will be DRSing themselves. You will need to quickly get back into that before they can use that DRS to keep pulling away from him. His DRS just at one point get too low to be able to reel them in. 1.2 seconds it is now. He's going to have to try and get there before the end of the next lap. As Hazer still leading the way, 1.6 away from Mr. P. As on those soft tires, Mr. P now with the fastest lap over 110.244. When will those soft tires start to fall off? I don't actually have the information on that, but I'm sure it will be early in the race. Probably like 6-7 laps in, you start to see those soft tires falling off really hard. Laser under immense amount of pressure. As Black Panther down the inside he goes, takes the place from Iceman, Ice Cold, and up to P5. Iceman, look at Iceman did take that place from him going down to turn 1, and it looks like he switched it back again. It's now a 5-car battle all the way down to EMT. The Alpine has caught up to this pack. Smoke flying everywhere. The only driver on the hard tires in this pack now is Viva, so he does have the benefit of the strategy when it comes to the drivers around him. Black Panther still losing time to the drivers in front. As Mr. P now 2 seconds away from Hazer. This is exactly what he needs to absolutely keep pushing. Let me remind you that Black Panther does have an injury on his ankle, so he's still in pain every time he races. So the mistake he made earlier might just be a result of that, as Declan makes the move on Mr. P. The Ferrari of Merc is going to also follow that through and move up to P3, attacking behind Declan, trying to keep that DRS from last week's race winner. He's going to start having the pace to reel in Hazer in front. As you can see, 1.5 seconds that Hazer is now. He was 2 seconds away from them before Deck made that move on Mr. P. And we need to try and pull that time away again. The strategy is going to work differently from the drivers. Every other driver on track. Wilco is another driver on the soft tires, but not the best start from him. So that strategy probably now has fallen down the drain, and he's going to have to think of something else. Maybe the hard tires very soon to run to the end. But we'll see if a safety car, virtual safety car comes out. So I lost some of these drivers. Definitely be thinking about that and hoping that it does come out. 1.4 seconds now, definitely. Is catching up to the Alpine in front. He knows that his tires are starting to fall off, but this was his plan all along, to push as hard as he can at the start of the race to get that buffer. And there we go now. He's going to go down this race. It looked like the way he caught the line there, I thought he was actually going into the pit. I was like, are you really going to do 30 laps on hard tires? Not really the best call there to do 30 laps on hard tires. But staying out, as you can see, 1.2 seconds now away from Deck. I believe that just going to keep fighting this till the drivers behind him become a serious problem. Then he will probably go into the race. I believe probably he should do 10 laps. Maybe 10 laps on this soft, so you can do 26 on the hards or mediums. We'll see what he will go for. I think the better strategy probably would be soft to hards for Hazer here. That's Mr. P now slightly losing time to the drivers in front. Fall out of that DRS. There's going to be under pressure from the 5 behind who are working together. EMT though has fallen off the pack here. Looks like it might have made a mistake. EMT 69 in the Alpine now has 1.4 seconds away from the pack in front. So try to get that back as the Alpine. It looks like they might be the team scoring the most points here today. Only like 3 teams have 2 drivers. The Alpine are taking advantage to try and head to the top of the constructors. At the end of this week, Hazer definitely will get a 1 in there. This was a little bit wide. 1 second now. Declan has got into the DRS buffer of Hazer in front. Merc will try to just stay behind to save as much ERS as he can. Set up a move later in this race. So pushing hard to make sure that they do not run away from him. Iceman in this pack of 4. Black Panther still leads it, which is clearly the strongest driver. Also, he goes off the track. As I say that, the commentators curse for Black Panther. Loeb is really struggling here at Brazil. That's another mistake from him that will let Iceman stay close by 3-second penalty for Angry Badger. The Mercedes absolutely struggling at the back. About 18 seconds away from Stickman. There's no way Angry Badger will to be. We already saw how he started that race and we know why he is all the way back there. As Iceman now will have that DRS behind Black Panther. And he knows he has the pressure of Viva behind. Will he decide to make the move on Black Panther in front? Viva uses a little bit of that ERS, doesn't have enough to gain on Iceman, but the Iceman does have enough to gain on the Williams, and on the inside he goes. Woody Williams tried to fight it around the outside. Yes, he will, but that means he'll be forced onto the grass. Viva will now take that place for him. Black Panther goes wide. That's going to lose 3 places now. Woody's also going to take that place for him, and down to P8 he goes. Absolutely elbows out there as Black Panther tried to hold it around the outside. Didn't have the traction of the grip around the outside there. Lost the place, but he still will stay with the pack as he is quite struggling here at Brazil. They now have caught up to He's very close to the Alpine there as they make a little bit of contact, the McLaren and the Alpine. Hazer now knows that his soft tires, like I said on lap 7, surely will be the moment that they start to fall off really hard. And what will be his strategy? Will he extend this tire as long as he can? Maybe stay with these drivers as long as he can. And when they now start to pull away from him as Deck almost goes into the back of him, once again, clearly Hazer is struggling in front. Merck surely, with all that ERS, is going to make a move on Hazer. They're both going to make a move on him. Hazer is going to try to defend it on the inside. He wouldn't have enough as the McLaren and the Ferrari get past the Alpine, who's just going to tuck in P3. Mr. P now is going to be next driver to put pressure on him. Oh, he loses it a little bit right behind Hazer. Can't keep going though. He didn't fully spin there. It's just a little bit of a half spin. As Merck now right behind Deck will be looking to make that move on the McLaren. Very close to the rear wing of the McLaren on Deck there. And now these two on those hard tires. Their strategy will be different from Hazer on the softs and Mr. P on the mediums. But with Hazer going into the pit on this one, he was leading the race for the first 8 laps before they took it from him. Will he go to the pit on this one? Does he believe that his tires are still strong enough to hold on to these two drivers in front to try and extend the softs as long as he can? That would be the best strategy for Hazer here now. But as you can see, as they come out of this corner, the traction difference between the drivers in front of him and himself are clear as day, and they come out of this corner again. Mr. P is now going to be putting pressure on the Alpine. What does the Alpine decide to do here? Is it going to be a pit stop for him, or is he going to keep pushing? It looks like he's going to keep pushing and trying to stay in front of the Vita RB of Mr. P. Let's go back to Hazer's on board to see. But wait. Hey, back to Black Panther, who's going to go down the inside as Iceman did on him a few laps ago and takes that place from Iceman. Viva is leading this pack now. Looks like he made a move on Iceman on those hard tires. He has the better strategy as we speak compared to the rest of them. As Mr. P and Hazer now going side by side, Mr. P completes the move on the alien tires of the Alpine, who definitely now will decide it is time for his pit stops because he's falling away from the drivers in front lap by lap, corner by corner, and you do not want to fall out too hard. He's done the 10 laps that he probably was trying to do here. Someone in chat saying, "Oh, what did he say?" I don't know what he said there, but it looks like our bot has deleted that. It's like someone might have said something in chat that it's not allowed as Merck heading down the straight. Now, will he finally complete that move on Deck as McLaren will be gaining on the Ferrari, will be gaining on McLaren, switching to the outside, completing that move. Easy does it for him. The Alpine of Hazer though still staying out. He's in that DRS, so he thinks that he's in a good position here. We're going to keep watching him to see how much he falls out of the drivers in front if he's going to keep extending his tires. 12 laps he will join his tires at the end of this one. That might be a good one, but Viva was going to the inside to defend from Black Panther here, but he wouldn't have enough. Black Panther will move up to P5. He goes. Woody now putting pressure on Iceman Asco. When will the pit stops start to begin? At first, it's definitely going to be the soft runners. Craig has gone into the pit. Wilco has gone into the pit for the fresh hard tires, and definitely will be going to the end with that one. But the soft runners definitely will be doing the soft to hard, the soft to mediums. Maybe if Hazer can extend this soft as long as he can, he's still with the pack here, as you can see. If he can extend this soft as long as he can, he might just go on the mediums to the end of this race. 12-13 laps done on the softs. Then what? 23 laps done on the mediums is easily done. It's probably easily done. As Hazer is still going to stay out here. Has that DRS, but it's now 8 tenths away from them. I'm just going to keep watching to see when he falls out as in front. Viva gets in front of Black Panther. They're going to keep switching, doing the DRS switching to try and pull away from Iceman to make sure he doesn't get back into that DRS. Black Panther definitely right now do the same thing that Viva did on him earlier, as Deck has made the move on Mark in front. Black Panther moving back into P5. We're going to keep switching them. So we'll just be keeping an eye on that. Hazer still in this pack. Hazer's strategy is working for now. Let's see how long he can keep them close. Clearly struggling, as you can see, the back end. It's very, very slippery. But 9-10 to use now away from them. Coming out of this corner, definitely is not going to have the traction to get that DRS. And there you go now. Hazard's falling out 1 second, and this will surely be his pit stop. But what tires would the Alpine driver decide to go for? Is it going to be hard tires or the mediums for Hazard, who will definitely be going to the pit on this one? It does not make any sense to keep going. And here we go. Hazard will fly into the pit. Hard or the mediums for him. We're going to watch him. Let's head to the Viva now. Black Panther is also going to follow him into the pit. As he goes 10-second penalty for Panther. Speeding into the pit lane. That's not what you need here. He won't have another pit stop to do to take away that 10-second penalty. Only if a safety car does come out. So he's going to have to drive that penalty away from the drivers around him, like Viva and Iceman. Viva, who definitely be looking at that time, will be very happy. Hazer, besides, it is the hard tires for sure. Maybe the mediums, 26 laps on the mediums will just be a little bit too much for the yellow compound tires. Merck still right behind Deck here. Merck was very close to a win last week at China. He's looking to get it this time around at Brazil. He's showing strong pace here, and Mr. P can still stay behind them on those medium tires that he's on. And they will start to fall off few laps as the softs did, and Hazer had to go to the pit. But how long will Mr. P be able to hold on to them to try and extend his tires before going into the pit for the hard runners? There's yellow flags at the back. Looks like a little bit of a mistake from the Aston Martin of Woody. Mr. P now right behind that Ferrari of Merck, who wouldn't be close enough to complete the move on the McLaren side. Woody will be going into the pit for this pit stop, as Hazer will be flying by. Black Panther will be flying by. It looks like the mistake from Woody. As Black Panther coming into the pits again. Looks like he wants to take away that 10-second penalty, but would that be a smart strategy? Probably not. Probably not the best strategy to come in again for a pit stop. You might have just have a better chance trying to drive off that penalty, but he decides to go into the pit, and we'll see how it will work out for him. Maybe, definitely, we'll be hoping for a safety car, the Williams there, as the Merck now still putting lots of pressure on the McLaren. And down the straight he goes. He probably will definitely will be completing the move before they head to turn one. Deck will still keep his car on the inside. Merck round the outside takes the lead of the race. Mr. P still in there, still in that DRS. How long he can extend this medium while staying behind the hard tire runners. There's not that much safety car these days in the race. Safety car in 100% safe, but just one. Considering that 71 laps, there's not that much safety car these days in this game. So hard tire compound, starting on the hard tire compound these days, is the best strategy that anyone can go for. We'll see if that works out. I tell you, runners as Deck in front, a little bit squarely there in front of the Ferrari. A lot of immense amount of pressure from Merck, who is not giving this one up, as he's going to keep chasing Declan. Viva staying out on his hard tires as long as he can. He was fighting with Black Panther, but Black Panther did get that 10-second penalty and had to go into the pit again. Viva once again still best of the rest. And how much can he school the rest of the drivers that will be racing with him here today? Hey, Iceman completing the move on EMT. Looks like he might have made a mistake, but his tires, 14 laps that he's done on those mediums, are definitely crying for a pit stop here. As Mr. P in front can still stay with the driver in front. The reason why he can still stay out on these mediums is because he does have that DRS in front of him. Yellow flags at the back. It is EMT, and as you can see, struggling on those medium tires now has spun here. It's yellow flags now. So that's going to be a virtual safety car or safety car, but they're going to keep going at this one. The top three remain the top three. Where are they going to be relative to Hazer when they do come into the pit? That is exactly what we're going to look to see here. Beaver in second behind them, very difficult for him to catch up to them, but Mr. P now has fallen out of that DRS, and I believe this will be the moment that he will trigger his pit stop. Hard tire compound for sure for Hazer. Looks like he's staying out. Okay, looks like he is going in. Oh, don't go in too fast, and he does it nice and clean for him. Nice and hard tire compounds for sure. FIFA is going to keep extending those hards. Lap 20 will be the moments that they will be coming into the pit for the mediums that will go 16 laps to the end. Hazer will get past Mr. P now. Let's see where he's going to be relative to the VZRB, who's coming out of the pits now. Hazer coming out of the final corner as he's going to traject the exit. He's going to try and push as hard as he can to get at front of the Alpine. 3-second penalty for Wilco, but Hazer can't go side by side now with Mr. P. Mr. P is going to have to talk right behind Hazer, but those fresher hard tires, he's going to have the advantage on Hazer when it comes to the end of this race. Same as Merck and Declan, who will be on those medium tires. They can absolutely be pushing on a stick, man. Yellow flags at the back. It looks like he'll be moving out the way as he's getting lapped by these two drivers. When would they come in for their pit stop? Definitely it was lap 20 that they're looking at coming for their pit stop. Merck looking on the inside. It's not close enough. It's going to stay right behind McLaren. Lock up a little bit from Beck in front. Will Merck be close enough? As he goes down the screen, doesn't like to look like he's going to do. Just stay right behind Hazer and Mr. P. Though we need to work together here to make sure that Merck and Dirk do not take this opportunity to put away from them when they do come out. On those first medium tires, are absolutely pushing very hard. They'll fall off right at the end of the race, but they'll be fast for a very long time on the lighter cars on a track that has been used. As Mr. P now will take that place up to P4, he goes on Hazer. Let's see how the strategy works out for them. The only driver now yet to come in on tires that are not hard tires is EMT. 17 laps he's done on the mediums. I don't know what his strategy is looking like here today, but I would have expected him to come into the pits at this moment. 3-second penalty for Black Panther as his race getting worse and worse. Black Panther here not having the best day out here at Brazil, but Merck is having a good day here, and this time around can he get that win that he has been looking for ages now, heading down the straight using that DRS, but he was not and will not be close enough to get into P2. He can just stay behind and keep saving his ERS, keep saving those tires as he can just leave the pace of definitely keep pushing him. And Mr. P and Hazer will be working together to stay in that buffer of Wasi. Will he go for the move on the inside? Hazer, no, he will not. He's going to stay behind. It would not be a good move if he did go down the inside. It would be a smart move whatsoever. They should probably not squabble too hard, these two. Just try to work together here to make sure that Deck and Merck don't get the advantage on them when they do come into the pits. It's lap 19 now, so at the end of the next lap, they surely will start coming into the pits of hard tires. Or will they come in now? Who would decide to go for the earlier pit stop? Staying out, Merck will be looking to complete the move on the McLaren before his pit stop down the inside. He doesn't look like he will, but he's gonna now get very close to the McLaren here and use all his ERS to get past Deck, because this will be the moment of their pit stops. And if you can get right ahead of your competitor when it's time for the pit stops, he might be in a position more positive than him, but Merck not having enough. Would they extend their tires to go lap 21 laps? We'll see, because they're on lap 20 right now, and this is when you expect them to come in for medium tires. You can see locking up a little bit in front deck there. Merck now can't keep chasing him. We'll see where they come out relative to drivers behind them. They're about 19-20 seconds in front of Mr. P and Hazer. So they will come out around the same place Hazer and Mr. P come out get by from. So let's see. Deck, will he be going to the pit? Will he trigger his pit stop now? Has he spoken to his pit lane? No, he will not. Merck will also trigger his pit stop. So they're going to do 21 laps on this hard. It's extending into a little bit. You do expect them to come in lap 20, but that is going to be an extension of the hard tires. Will Viva be coming in? No, it's going to be another lap for Viva here. It's going to be 20 laps done on those hard tires, and the lap 21 has begun for those runners. If they can have a very strong mediums going into the end, they'll put themselves in a very good position. So I believe that is what they are going for. Hazer and Mr. P though have gained a little bit on them. Hazer on 8-lap old hards, and definitely will be struggling against the medium runners of Merck and Declan when they do come into the pit in this race. Black Panther now very close to EMT, making a move on the medium, but look at EMT wants to go into the pit here. No, he's staying out. The Alpine here. Still 19 laps he's done on this, 20 laps he's done on the mediums. I don't understand this strategy from him. Maybe he wants to go for it on the softs. Not the best, not the smartest strategy from EMT there. It's Hazer right behind Mr. P, waiting for Declan and Merck to come into the pit. Still yet to come into the pit. We believe it's not time to trigger the pit stop. Not just yet. 14 laps. Maybe 13 at this point. That means that the mediums will absolutely be able to push all the way to the end. As Merck now is beginning on McLaren, can he finally complete the move? No, he cannot. He's going to tuck back in to the very wing of the McLaren. And Deck has been watching that Ferrari behind him, putting pressure on him and using that ERS to defend him. But the Ferrari deciding just to stay behind, saving a lot of that ERS while he does so. As his yellow flags at the back. Looks like EMT once again clearly struggling on these tires, should be going into the pits. I don't know his strategy there. I don't know, I can't explain his strategy there. No, we will see as Hazer now and Mr. P. And we have a problem of Merck and Declan in front. We are 17 seconds away from them now. And would they be going to the pits? Would this be the moment? Would McLaren trigger it first? Yes, he's going to. Merck will decide to stay out one more lap. The McLaren of Declan though is going to trigger that pit stop. And where will Hazer and the Alpine, where will Hazer and Mr. P come out relative to them? Where will he come out? Where will he come out relative to Mr. P and Hazer as they go down the straight now, passing the start finish line? Where is Deck coming out of the pit lane? He has put those fresh medium tires on. Where would they be when they come on? As you can see, they have not gone through turn 1 2. They're just getting through turn 1 and 2 now. They're going to get past Deck, but it's just going to slide right behind them as they squabble a little bit in front. And there you go now. 1 second that Deck is away from them, and definitely they're going to struggle to keep that medium runner behind for a very long time. As the Ferrari of Merck will be going into the pits now for sure. I don't know how long he's looking to extend this, or maybe he wants to go on the softs, but probably that won't be the best call because he's in a very good position to actually fight for a race win here. Let's go into the pits now for the medium and tuck right behind Declan because you both have the pace to easily get past Mr. P and Hazer. So we're going to watch Merck now, who's going into the pits. Don't speed into the pit lane! He's spotted in the pit lane! I saw it coming. It was going in too fast. That is a 10-second penalty. The second driver to speed into the pit lane, and this is another race win that was in Merck's hand that's falling out of it now. Viva will be going into the pits. Can he drive off that 10-second penalty? Probably, I do not think so. And now he will be coming out of the pit. Absolutely, surely will be dejected under his helmet, but he's just gonna have to keep fighting now. And Hazer, Mr. P are looking at that and thinking, now surely both of us will be finishing on the podium. But how is he going to be set? Hazer down the inside, slightly pushing Deck off there a little bit. But he's now going to complete the move and heads to the lead of this race. Deck will try it around the outside on this corner. You do not expect to see a move there, but he can't complete it as EMT is still out on 22 lap old mid. At this point, he's probably just a roadblock. Very dangerous to everybody on track now. I don't understand why he's still out. Interesting call for him as he's going to try it around the outside of Wilco here now. Does he have the grip though to complete the move on the Williams driver? Yes, he does. The Williams driver is going to let him slide through. 23 laps is done on the mediums though, as Wilco can't fight it back with that DRS as they head down this straight, and it's not going to be enough for the Williams driver. Merck though will complete the move on Mr. P. Round the outside he goes up to P3. He is sitting on that 10-second penalty. In front of him, Hazer is going to be the next target. All the grip that he has, all the traction, easily gets that move completed. The race win once in his hands, but the 10-second penalty is going to make it very, very difficult now. As you can see, right behind Deck once again, and these two fighting for 1 and 2, but Merck has that penalty. Hazer and Mr. P will just try their best now. Stay close to them. Mr. P making a little bit of contact there with Hazer. They can keep going. Iceman 1.8 seconds behind Viva, but Viva does have those fresh medium tires that he can easily use to push away from Iceman here. EMT still putting pressure on Wilco. This time around we'll go down the inside, making a little bit of contact. Is that damage for the RP? No, it's not. He can keep going. Wilco is going to absolutely dive down the inside, take him out of this race. Is that going to be a safety car? Virtual safety car. What is going on here as the two drivers are trying to get back into this race? The safety car is not going to come out. That's exactly what Merkel have been looking for. The safety car did come out to get the 10-second penalties off, but they're going to keep going here as Merck and Declan can't pull away from Hazer and Mr. P, who will be in their own different fight for P2 and P3 here. But who is going to finish ahead of the other as Merck has completed the move on Declan in front, but Wilco and EMT that are fighting behind. EMT still out there on the 24. At this point, it's actually so dangerous that he's out here with these tires. It should be a penalty for someone going this long on tires that are clearly a danger to everyone on track, because any little pressure that you're put on could easily mean spin and a problem for the drivers behind. Wilco probably just was coming in with too much speed because the driver in front, his tires were just too worn out for him to actually stop. Any significant stop. But here we go now. Declan truck right behind Merck. They will try and pull away from Hazer and Mr. P here. They do have 10 seconds to try and get that 10-second penalty that Merck has on them behind, away from the drivers behind. But that is going to be very difficult, as Mr. P and Hazer are still going to be working together with that DRS. Make sure that they do stay close. Oh, as Hazer making a little bit of a mistake there. Mr. P is now going to get ahead of him. 2 seconds now. Let's see. 10 laps to go in this race. What can these two drivers do in front? Can they push hard enough that Merck does get that 10-second penalty away from the drivers behind him? We're going to watch to the end of this one. They're definitely going to be pushing very hard. Beaver now always the best of the rest, and he's doing it once again. So can just grab that P5 to be a very strong drive from him. Another P5. I believe he got P5 last week, so that would be another P5 for the harsh driver. He's scoring good points here for his team. And down into Iceman is going to get past the lap driver of Wilco after the incident with EMT losing a lot of places. He looked like he went into the pit to change those sides. EMT is still out there going onto the grass, and at this point I don't even know what he's doing. We're not going to go on him anymore. I don't even know what he's doing. Maybe the stewards will handle the situation we're having with EMT right now. Just staying out there for the longest time. If ghosting wasn't on, he would have probably put too much trouble on the race leaders when they went behind him. But here we go now. 3 seconds that the drivers in front have put away from Mr. P and Hazer. Merck needs about 7 more seconds if he wants to finish ahead of these two drivers. Hazer will be putting pressure on the Visa LP. Won't be close enough this time around to make the move on him. So definitely wouldn't stop that pressure that he's going to put on as they go now, they're going to keep pushing from 3.4 seconds. Definitely will be 4 seconds at the end of this lap. Just 6 more seconds, 7, 8 more laps to go. Can Merck do enough to get the podium here? Hazer and Mr. P. If they don't squabble too hard, they can keep Merck in that buffer, but it doesn't look like these two are looking like they want to work too well together. One more time, nice one. I'm sure you will see that P5. See Merck in front. Now 5 seconds. It looks like they might have yellow flags at the back. It is EMT once again. I'm not going to go on him again. Let's ignore EMT for now. As it's going to be 5 seconds at the end of this one. If Merck still has 5 seconds to go, will he have enough? That's the exciting fight we're watching now. We know Declan has already grabbed this win. It's going to be 2 wins from 2 for Declan. 70 points from him, and a great way to start any championship season. I know that feeling of starting a championship season with 2 straight wins. I actually got that in 100% here. 2 seasons ago, 2 straight wins, 70 points. Just looks so good. But it all depends on later in the season. You got to keep that fight. So you have to keep the consistency, as they're now 5 seconds away from the drivers behind them. They're still going to be pushing here and working together. Maybe Deck is looking behind and say, maybe I can help the Ferrari behind me, who's had a very good race, a respectable race, pull away from the drivers behind him, knowing that he's never going to beat me with the 10-second penalty that he sits on with 6 laps to go in this race. Merck is looking more and more likely that he's going to get that 10-second penalty. Pull away as these drivers. There we go now. Mr. P very close to the Alpine of Hazer. Will he be making a move on Hazer? Down the inside he goes. Are these working together? Are these fighting hard? They just shouldn't fight too hard here, as Hazer is going to make it easy for him and let him go by 6 seconds now. That Merck, 4 more seconds for Merck to outdrive that 10-second penalty. And if he can do that, I'll give him my driver of the day, because if you can outdrive that 10-second penalty on 2 drivers behind you who are tier 1 pace, and you've had a very, very good perfect day. 6.3 seconds now, and he's still going to be going at it to get away from these drivers behind him. It's no other DRS fight, so this is the only fight we're watching to the end of this one. Let's maybe give everybody a little bit of screen time, but they're all just sitting alone. Black Panther was not the best race here today. Angry Badger, not the best start to his race. Maybe I've had a better race later on, but he didn't have a good start to his race. Stickman, Craig, and EMT, who's still out there. I don't know. Does he want to finish the race on? Does he want to finish the race on mediums? But did he go? Maybe he might have gone in to the pits, because he's done 28 laps and we've had 31. But we know he probably has just been lapped. He's been lapped, yeah. So he's been on these tires from right at the start of this race. When is he going to go in? I don't know, man. He's definitely going to finish last at that point. At that point, I mean, that's what happens when you use 1 tire for the whole race. But Merck has pulled away now, 7.4 seconds away from the drivers behind him. And at this point, it looks like it is likely that he will outdrive that 10-second penalty that he's sitting on. As you can see, looks like he will outdrive. He can't stick Angry Badger though. Outdrive the 6 seconds that he has on Stickman, with 9 seconds behind him now. He will look to do that. As Hazer and Mr. P! Hazer and Mr. P! Something has happened between those two, and Merck will be happy, man, seeing what's happening back there. He doesn't need to outdrive it anymore. He's outdone it. Hazer and Mr. P, looks like they didn't make contact. I can't believe I missed that. Oh my god. I can't believe I missed that. Looking for excitement all race, and something just happened between those two. Oh my god. Hazer in front is going to let Mr. P by. Maybe Hazer might have been the cause of that incident. Just maybe, because it looks like he's going to let Mr. P through, but he will not obviously give up the fight. With the DRS now, right behind Mr. P, he's going to try and make that move. Mr. P does have the damage on the left front wing end plate. As you can see, the Alpine tucks right back into P3. And definitely there will be a steward's inquiry about that one. But Merck now has outdriven the 10-second penalty on driver behind him. He will take that P2 to continue his championship fight. A 3 and a 2 in the last 2 races. He's not bad, considering that Deck has won the last 2. he will need a race win next week. A race win that he could have got this week. That 10-second penalty surely be hurting him. Iceman has gotten ahead of Woody here. Oh, it looks like Woody did catch up to Iceman. Iceman was leading him here. So let's go back to tires. As you can see, they're on the same amount of tires. So their own race has begun here now. I'll see who will finish between those two as Hazer is off track again. Hazer is off track again. And he's going to lose a place to Viva. He's going to lose a place to Viva, who's coming up now. Maybe not. But he's off track once again. Unbelievable for Hazer. He's going into the pits. He's going into the pits. It's going to be a pit stop for Hazer. Does he want to go for the softs and the fastest lap? Maybe. Or is he retiring from the session? Hazer, the horrible finish to the end of this race. Mr. P will settle for P3 for sure. And Viva will be a very, very happy man seeing that P4. Best of the rest once again. And this time around, he beats a bunch of tier 1s. And there you go. A great finish for him. P5 at last race and P4 this race. And he can continue his own inter-tier championship fights. Because he did finish P3 in the championship last season behind Mr. P, Mr. Manu and Mr. P respectively. So he's one of them ones who is always in there to be in that championship fight. Does not have the pace of the quicker tier 1 drivers obviously, but he does have that consistency and to show up every race to get good enough points to be up there in the title fight. But here we go now. Last few laps on this race. Will Merck decide he wants to make the move on Declan in front just to get that bragging right of he was the one who finished in front at the end of this one. Woody though. Oh, Woody and Iceman are going to be fighting here. The Hazer in the Alpine, very strong tires that he's on, will easily get the move done on the two drivers in front. It will easily get that move done on them. But Iceman, Woody and Iceman will continue their fight to the end of this one. Lap 34. Right now, Hazer will get that place back into P5. And I'm looking to get the fastest lap on this one. He was going to get that P4. I don't know why he decided to come in for the fastest lap. P4 is probably better than P5 and the fastest lap. I believe P4 has like 2 more points than P5, so probably still better than that. So maybe he's about, or maybe he's just trying to steal fastest lap from somebody else. Who has it? Yes, just trying to steal it from Deck, because you don't want Deck to get fastest lap after winning 2 races in a row. So maybe that's just the strategy for Hazer here in the championship fight against the McLaren of Deck, who's looking very difficult to beat now. Merck is in a better position to do it, but with that penalty, definitely not be doing it here today. But we'll see if we'll cross and make the overtake on the line just to get that bragging right. Mr. P will just cruise to the end of this race. Same thing as Viva. Let's get back to the interval here. Race coming in. Woody now 7/10 behind Iceman, but he has that penalty, and surely Iceman will be finishing ahead. EMT, oh, he spun as I went on to the EMT. Obviously, you're gonna spin. You're done 32 laps on the mediums, mate. You've done 32 laps on the mediums. Like, I don't even know how you should be spinning every corner at this point. Go into the pits. There's a pit lane for a reason. You can't finish a race without going into the pits. You're gonna get disqualified. He spins once again. No, I'm just going to go off him. Let's just go off him. I'm not going to watch that. As Declan and Merck will be starting the final lap of this race. Declan definitely will be a winner, but who will cross the line first? 3-second penalty for Hazer, but he does have the buffer away from Iceman behind to make sure that he can run away with that 3 seconds. That's there's more yellow flags about his EMT once again. Pit lane for Black Panther. Coming out of the pit lane there, it looks like he's going to keep his place though. Siding to go for a fastest lap push. Will he be able to get that fastest lap push on the final lap? I don't know, maybe. But Declan and Merck finishing this race right at the top. Declan surely in a very good race here. He had a strong win at China. I don't believe he started on pole position, or did he? He might have gotten pole position at China. Getting pole position here again. You do not get those extra points, but you do get the maximum points for winning the race. And coming out of the final corner, Merck, will he decide to get the move done on Deck as they head to the line? It looks like he's trying, but Deck will have enough ERS and have enough straight line speed to cross the line as your winner. He crosses the line first as he wins here at Brazil. Merck will take P2. Mr. P is going to settle for that P3 after the contact that happened between him and Hazer. Fever will gladly take that P4 in a good race for him. Hazer here, after the incident with Mr. P, will take that P5. We'll see what happened between them. Iceman still ahead of Woody, but has now gotten the 3-second penalty. So Woody now has the opportunity to finish ahead of Iceman. Well, Iceman will have the DRS in front though, but will not have the best exit coming out of this corner. Can Woody use that ERS as he's going to be gaining not enough ERS on the Aston Martin though, and looks like Iceman will have enough because of the DRS that he got from the drivers in front to stay ahead of Woody here in P7. Oh my god, as there's chaos. One of the drivers, who's that? Is that Merck or is that the other Ferrari? That's Ferrari Stickman, the Alpine of EMT finally went into the pit lane. Oh my god. Finally went into the pit lane. And so now, and I believe that's the other Alpine of Hazer who went into the back of Stickman, who's just sitting there on the grid. But there you go, Declan is your race winner. Merck will take P2 and Mr. P, the Inseparable 2, take P3 and join them on the podium. This is his first podium in the Intertier this season. A good race that was. Entertainment all around from different drivers for different reasons. Safety car right at the end, back to lap 34. Is this for? That's for. Okay, that's for EMT. Let's go. EMT completed his race, did every lap on the mediums. They shouldn't even be allowed on track. Who, EMT? I don't understand what EMT was doing, man. I don't know. He did literally every lap on the mediums and then one lap on the softs. I don't understand that strategy. But there you go. Declan is going to stand at the top. Superman does it once again as Big Shoe is going to grab the second win of the Intertier season. Maximum points once again. His team are going to celebrate and be delighted because they know that the champagne is going to taste the best in the McLaren camp. Dec wins the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. There you go, that's your grid. 12 man, so I don't need to scroll down. Only 12 man. 12 man on the grid, fam. I always show internet. Let's see what happened between Merck and Mr. P. I mean, Hazer and Mr. P. Extended trust in. Let's see. Collision with Mr. P. Yeah, it looks like he might have hit Mr. P. Oh, you naughty. You're teasing me. You naughty. Anyways, good race that was. Thank you guys for tuning in. Not that much people tuned in. You guys need to show in the Intertier a little bit more love. But for whoever did tune in, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. It was a good one, not the best one. But there you go. We have been UFRL. I have been Willie Fernandez. Good night and goodbye.